Let's take a look at our Wednesday workout, starting with our warm-up. We got body weight. We got the mobility complex. 3 rounds of each. Why is it blurry? Today for our Wednesday workout, there we go. 14 exercises, classic strength circuit. Goal of 4 rounds. Rounds 1 and 2, try to get to 12 to 16 total reps for each exercise. Rounds 3, and if you get to 4, go down to 8 to 10 total reps. Maybe up in the weight, trying to get a little closer to failure for each exercise. Again, you only get out what you put in to these workouts. So I'm going to be ready to work. Let's see. First of all, we need a bench and dumbbells. We're going to start with the incline bench press. Now, it is a heavy Wednesday, strength Wednesday. It's not a tradition. This is a traditional weightlifting exercise, but it's also good for our functional training. It really strengthens both the shoulders and the chest, and we use those for a plethora of other exercises. So even with some of the more simple exercises, like your traditional bench press or curls or push-ups or squats or lunges or whatever, they build your strength for the other exercises that we do as well. So I like to think of Wednesdays as good building blocks for your strength for our especially Fast Fridays, but circuits on the Mondays too. Anyway, first exercise, incline bench press. Incline, we know what that means. We'll press straight up and down with our dumbbells there. Next, a bent over fly. One hand on the bench, one arm flies out to the side, again bent over at the waist. And then a seated hammer curl. Again, another simple exercise. Building blocks for our more complex exercises. Seated hammer curls, straight up and down. This works underneath of the bicep a little bit and closer to the bone, but good strength exercise there. Let's move on to the TRX for our next 3 exercises. We're going to start with TRX plank walk-ups. Done a lot of TRX stuff recently. I really like the TRX and the Swiss ball in the way that they utilize our stabilizing core muscles, which, yet again, used in all, pretty much every exercise, whether it's straight strength, like our incline bench press, or something like a Turkish get-up or our kettlebell complex or whatever. First one, plank walk-ups, high plank, low plank, back to the high. Hamstring curls is next. You got your heels in the handles. You get your shoulders on the ground. Now, raise the hips, keep them raised. Straight legs to start. Curl the legs in and slowly come back out. So again, shoulders stay on the ground. The less of your back you have touching the ground, the more work you'll put into the legs, the glutes and hamstrings. Slowly come out and come in. Rear elevated split squats for number 6, our third TRX exercise. Back foot in the handles, front foot forward, drop the back knee. That exercise just as effective elevating your foot in any other way, whether it's boxes, bench, BOSU. Really trying to get the elevation of the back foot in any way possible. You can grab onto a band underneath the bar. You can hold onto a PVC pipe. I recommend that for a lot of people. It's just, again, a very good strengthening exercise, which will help with everything else that we do. Number 7, push-ups. Number 8, box jumps with our black boxes. Now, box jumping, obviously, is something that can be easily replaced. Step-ups, lateral step-ups, box squat step-ups, anything like that. Our ab wheels for number 9. Hand on either side, knees on the ground. You want to roll as far forward as you can without hitting the ground. Once your arms, or when you get to that point, you'll squeeze together, squeeze your chest together. Push your hands down into the floor as hard as you can to bring yourself all the way back up. Number 10, butterfly sit-ups. We'll tuck the heels in, and then they sit up from there. I like the butterfly setup because bringing your heels towards you already puts you in a starting position where your core is already a little bit contracted. You need to work a little extra hard to bring yourself all the way up. Number 11, jackknife, starting straight, lying on the floor. Raise the legs, raise the shoulders, hands to the feet, slowly come back down. The goal is to keep the entire body, each section, the lower body and the upper body, straight the entire time as you fold at the hips. Number 12, starting with our kettlebells, suitcase squat. Suitcase stance, weight in one hand, and a squat from there. Obviously, the heavier you go, the more you're going to be pulled, the more you're going to have to work to fight and not fall over. Next, lunge, pass through, one side to the other, and then your offset RDL. We're going to go offset stance this time, one foot in front of the other, hinge at the waist, bring it back up, shoulders back. Now, any RDL, I had a few questions about this recently. Any RDL focuses on the hamstrings, specifically the stretch that you get in the hamstrings at the lowest point of the rep. What entails that? It depends on how loose or bent your knees are and how straight your back is. The back is just more safety. You don't want to be hunched over too much, but you can ensure that by keeping a slight bend in the knees, which allows you to bring your hips lower if you need to. If your knees are locked out and they're straight, the only way to get lower and lower is to curl the back. So again, slight bend in the knees. The lower you get, you will end up bending the knees a little bit more. That's just the way it works. But feel the stretch in the hamstrings and then safely come all the way back up. In this case, an offset, so one foot in front of the other. So that is our Wednesday strength circuit. 14 exercises, goal of 4 rounds. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoy.